Welcome to all today's lesson. In this lesson we are going to explain about selection method. Before discussion our topic, at first we'll try to know about basic concept of selection. We'll try to know different types of concept about selection in next slide step by step. So let's get started. Definition of selection. Selection is the process of making a higher or no higher decision regarding its applicant for a job. It is the process of choosing qualified individuals who are available to fill the positions in the organization. The basic concept of selection is the process of choosing qualified candidate among alternative qualified candidate. Also, the human resource department initiate the next step in the selection process after completing the recruitment process. The basic aim of this process is to find out the best candidate for the jobs that fall vacant. Through the selection procedure, the suitable employees and least suitable one are identified. Another definition is here. Selection has been regarded as the most important function of the human resource department. It ensures the organization that it has the right number, right kind of people at the right place at the right time. So, the selection is a systematic procedure to identify suitable candidate for the jobs in the organization from the available applicant pool. Basic selection criteria. Every organization at first complete recruitment process, then start selection process. So in this regard, we can say where recruitment processes and selection processes start. There are four basic criteria of selection process are formal education, experience and past performance, physical characteristics and personality characteristics. These are the most important criteria of selection process. The methods of selection. Some methods are here, that means steps of selection process. First is preliminary interview, selection test, employment interview, reference and background check, selection decision, physical examination, job offer, contract of employment, evaluation of selection program. At first, I am going to talk about preliminary interview. This is the first selection method. In this case, after submitting all types of application from the applicants, then the selection team or board at first to arrange a interview of the applicants. So in this case, the purpose of this interview is to scrutinize the applicants. That means to eliminate of unqualified applications from different applications. Then selection test. After completing preliminary interview, that means eliminating unqualified applications, then the selection committee take different test of the candidate. In this case, different types of selection test may be administered depending on the job and the company. So generally tests are used to determine the applicant's ability, aptitude and personality. Employment interview. The next step in the selection process is employment interview. An interview is conducted at the beginning And at the selection process of the employment interview can be one-to-one interview or panel interview. So interview may be different categorized based on the organization. Reference and background check. Many employers request names, address, telephone numbers or reference for the purpose to verify information and gaining additional background information of an applicant. It is highly necessary for every organization to check correct information about applicants. Selection decision. The selection decision is the most critical part of the selection process. Here, all steps in the selection process is completed by the selection committee in a careful way. So, the final decision has to be made from the pool of individuals who pass the test, interviews and reference check. Physical examination. After completing the selection decision or before the job offer, the candidate is required to undergo a physical fitness test. A job offer is often contingent upon the candidate being declared fit after the physical examination. Then job offer. The next step in the selection process is job offer. Here job offer is made through a letter of appointment. Such a letter generally contains a date by which the appointee must report on a duty. Contract of employment. Basic information is written in contract of employment that varies according to the levels of job. After the offer and acceptance of the job citing document is the attestation form. So every organization nowadays basically maintains such types of contract of employment process. Last one is evaluation of selection program. The broad test of effectiveness of the selection process is a systematic evaluation. A periodic audit is conducted in the HR department that outlines and highlight the areas which need to be evaluated in the selection process. So these are the different steps of selection process and every organization should follow such types of process. Although different organizations basically maintain their different types of selection methods as per the rules and regulations of that organization. Thought of the day. Here is a quote: do not hire a man who does your work for money, but him who does it for the love of it. According to Steve Jobs, it doesn't make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. So these are the concept of selection method. Thank you so much for your patience with me. See again in next session.